Alright guys, so here are the things you'll need for this pasta, as well as some cheese and some heavy whipping cream. And then of course you can't forget about the star of the show, which is the shrimp. So you're going to go ahead and put a little bit of salt in your water and let it boil for about 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so now I'm going to take the shrimp, which I had peeled and deveined, as well as I got some butter and some cilantro and a little lemon in there. So now I'm going to devein the front because I realized they did not devein the front part. So I'm going to do that, and it takes a little longer. And also one thing I realized too is you can keep the tail on, from what I heard, because you get more of flavor, but I just go ahead and devein and shell it all. So I'm gonna go ahead and I sped this up so you guys don't gotta watch me do it one by one. Okay, so now that that is done, I'm taking some of that Cajun seasoning and I am going to apply a pretty hefty amount in here. And you are just going to shake it and make sure all the shrimps are coated. And that's what I'm doing. I forgot to mention in the beginning, you're going to add some spinach. And I went ahead and put in the pan some olive oil as well as some minced garlic. And that is what it looks like once you put the shrimps in. And shrimps cook pretty fast, so I just let them cook on each side for about 2 minutes each side, and till they got this little pretty orange color. And oh my gosh, y'all, it smells so, I smell really good. I wish y'all were there, but it smelled pretty good. So I'm just gonna let these cook and do their thing. So then I'm gonna also go ahead and add in the spinach, which um, spinach doesn't take that long to cook. And I went ahead and added a lot because you're gonna see once it cooks down, it doesn't like you added anything. So I'm just letting this cook down for about a few seconds at this point. And I went ahead and took it out once it's done into a separate pan, and we're gonna go ahead and drain our pasta and give it a little splash. Do not rinse your pasta. Do not. Just drain it. Do not rinse. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to add in that heavy cream in that same pan because you're going to see why. It's going to absorb that moisture from the shrimp as well as that Cajun seasoning, give it that nice orange color. So you're just going to let it sit at this point on a medium heat, and I went ahead and added in some parsley. All right, guys, so once it gets to a boil, and you whisk it, you're gonna want to go ahead and turn it down, and just because you don't want it to overcook or anything. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in that cheese, and this is grated cheese I got from Kroger, and I'm just gonna whisk it in little by little because I don't want to overdo it. And also too, as it's thickening, you can turn your eye down. So at this point I had mine to about a 3, but the more you add, and eventually you're gonna want to just shut it off completely. And I'm gonna go ahead and let that finish boiling. Point my eyes completely off, and I'm going to add in some chopped cilantro, which you can leave this part out, but it actually made it pretty good. So I did about, I'm just gonna whisk that in and let that sit. And at this point, you guys, you can go ahead and add in your shrimp, which is the star of the show. But I went ahead and added it all back in there, and I'm gonna give it a big stir, and you can see that that slow orange color that it's getting. Alright, so now I'm just adding in my pasta, and I'm adding it in little by little, as you guys can see. And that's because you don't want to have too much pasta and not enough sauce, or you don't want, you have so much pasta, or you have too many noodles but not enough sauce, or vice versa. So you just want to add it in little by little and just stir it around to be sure everything is evenly coated.